as a longtime fan of the quirky and the macabre, I must say that Frankenhooker has always held a special place in my heart. Um, Coming of age in the 80s, I was captivated by the gritty, raw energy of New York's 42nd Street, and the films that emerged from that era reflected both its dark underbelly and its vibrant spirit. That's a pretty sound far back in the top over a deal. So, Garso operators, again, they're so well that it doesn't that you got in a reference to the memorable lines from John Waters' satirical comedy film Cecil B. Demented. Fidget asks, MPAA, how many films did you rate today? Despite being often overlooked, the movie rating system has been a subject of dispute among filmmakers and enthusiasts due to its perceived censorship, controversies, and apparent biases in determining what is deemed appropriate. Um, Despite adhering quite rigidly to their rating system, the Motion Picture Association usually follows a specific set of rules. Uh, this system includes ratings like G, PG, PG-13, R, and NC-17. However, when a 90s horror comedy that spoofed Frankenstein entitled Frankenhooker received an S rating, it was unusual for the MPAA and infuriated the director, Frank Henenlotter. We will delve into the reasons behind Frankenhooker receiving an S rating and how it managed to defy the MPAA strictness to become a cherished cult classic. Frankenhooker plot and cast. In simpler terms, the character named Jeffrey Franken, who was once a medical school dropout and an unconventional inventor, has found a semblance of normalcy with his fiancée Elizabeth. However, tragedy strikes when one of Jeffrey's inventions accidentally kills Elizabeth at a family gathering. Overwhelmed by grief, Jeffrey becomes obsessed with finding a way to resurrect Elizabeth. His solution involves assembling a new body using parts from different individuals. But this experiment results in Elizabeth adopting the speech and behavior of several sections had killed for their body parts. Now, the reanimated Elizabeth wanders the streets of New York City, asking strangers if they want to go on a date, leaving Jeffrey to traverse the seedy side of the 42nd Street in an attempt to retrieve his lost love. That was the AZ statement was the final company in 14-15-15-2014. The film was helmed by Frank Henenlotter, famously recognized for his contributions to the basket case series Skidey Staff. In this production, James Lawrence plays the role of Jeffrey Franken. Lawrence, cherished by fans for his quirky performance in Frankenhooker, has predominantly taken on minor roles across his career, such as a brief stint in the cult classic Street Trash. Patty Mullen, another fan favorite, has yet to accept any roles following this horror comedy. The movie also showcases some minor celebrities, including a fleeting appearance from the late John Zacherle of the horror host realm, Shirley Stoller, known for her role in Honeymoon, Killers 1970, and Louise Lasser, a notable figure from the 1970s sitcom Mary Hartman, A Tragic Accident, claimed the life of 21-year-old Elizabeth Shelley, who was about to become a bride. Just as easily as twigs are chopped by a wood chipper, her fiance was sucked under the spinning blades of a runaway lawnmower. The horrifying incident left nothing but fragments of her lively self scattering among the partygoers uh, in an instant. This vibrant young woman became unrecognizable pieces, and authorities are still piecing together what used to be Elizabeth. Why Frankenhooker received an S rating. In Frankenhooker's BBD commentary, Frank Henenlotter, the co-writer director, and James Lawrence, the actor, discussed the challenges the film faced when going up against the Motion Picture Association of America. Henenlotter recalled a conversation with Richard Hefner where he was told, "Congratulations, you are the first film rated S," to which he asked for an explanation of. He was informed that S stood for "sht." This comment left Henenlotter feeling disrespected, as he believed it was inappropriate for them to pass judgment on the movie. This led to a dispute over the movie's rating, and producer James Glickenhaus publicly announced his intention to fight back. The film ultimately received an X rating, a classification that was later replaced with NC-17 the same year, 1990, but was subsequently withdrawn by the filmmakers, who opted to release it uncensored without a rating. When this decision led to complications during distribution, eventually the movie managed to secure an R rating following the reduction of some explicit sex worker explosion scenes from 7 minutes to 6 minutes. This once again showcases the arbitrary and superficial nature of MPAA's decision-making process. And as a devoted cinephile, I can't help but admire Frank Henenlotter's knack for excelling in the exploitation horror genre. In an intriguing conversation with The Skinny, this visionary director opened up about his professional journey and the relentless battles he faced against the Hollywood machine. It's very his unique take on Frankenhooker, and the ensuing fame it garnered is perhaps most succinctly captured when he describes it as, typically, since you don't possess the financial resources to rival Hollywood, you strive to stand out by creating content that Hollywood might not find appealing. Whenever Hollywood takes on a contentious topic, it's often preceded by independent films or many others who've tackled similar themes first. Frankenhooker's deserved cult. Following, it's not hard to understand why Frank Hooker, together with Henenlotter's Basket Case and Brain Damage, has built up a significant fan base. These films offer a unique blend of dark humor, quotable dialogues, gruesome horror scenes, and extraordinary creature effects. In Frankenhooker, for instance, Patty Mullen delivers a captivating performance as the titular monster, strolling the streets of New York City, asking strangers if they want a date. The film is also known for its shocking scene involving multiple sex workers who meet an explosive end after using super crack. These are just some of the scenes that have made Frankenhooker a beloved favorite among fans. And for numerous individuals, Henenlotter's work delves into an exhilarating, nostalgic culture that once thrived on New York's 42nd Street, a time when it was the epicenter of drugs, and some of the most vibrant artistic expressions on. Countless films have depicted this period, from iconic pieces like Taxi Driver to horror gems such as Maniac, but few with the darkly humorous flair that Frankenhooker possesses. It might be surprising that Frankenhooker it released in 1990, actually encapsulates the pinnacle of 80s horror. Fans of that era should definitely give the Frank Henenlotter horror comedy a watch. You can stream Frankenhooker on AMC Plus, Peacock. Trauma now, Tubi, Plex, or Freebie.